Greetings, great to see you again. Today we are going to be making another brilliant, fantastic wine, which is great to make at this time of year where a lot of the seasonal fruit and veg are past their prime. This is a wine you can make easily by doing a quick dash to the supermarket and making a fantastic wine which is quick to mature, quick to become elegant and amazing. So let's crack on and do this wonderful wine recipe. And this recipe is mixed berry wine using fruit from the freezer section in your local supermarket. Really simple to make this recipe, but it is an elegant, divine, dark, with slightly foreboding drink in your glass, ready for winter. It is elegant, it is brilliant. I love this recipe. So what we need to do first of all is grab yourself a pack, 1 kilo pack of berries. You can either use mixed berries or whatever berries you fancy, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, whatever the supermarket has and you fancy in your wine glass. So pour in your 1 kilogram of mixed fruit or any fruit into a big sanitized clean fermentation bucket. And now we simply need to pour 1 kilogram of granulated sugar on top of those frozen mixed berries. You could use brown sugar or demerara sugar if you fancy. That brings out a more rum-like flavour to the wine. But I like using granulated sugar for this recipe. This creates a wine that is about 13% because you have the natural sweetness from those berries, and the 1 kilogram of sugar brings you up to about 13%, which is ideal for this particular wine. And now we need to simply pour over 2 litres of boiling water on top of the berries and on top of the sugar. And give those berries and the sugar a really good stir. Get that sugar dissolved and those berries all saturating that lovely juice. Into the mix as well, we want to throw in 1 tea bag to help improve the overall mouthfeel and bodiness, as the tea releases the wonderful tannin into the wine. And we also want to bring the volume of the liquid up to 5 litres by adding cold water. So pour over enough water to bring the liquid level up to 5 litres. And give it another quick stir. I love recipes like this, which are so quick and easy to make, and the end product is so quick and easy to drink as well. So what we need to do now is sprinkle in about a teaspoon's worth of pectolase into the mix. The pectolase helps draw out the colour of the berries, and it also helps to prevent any pectic haze from forming within the wine. So sprinkle in about a teaspoon's worth. And now it's simply a case of adding your favourite wine yeast. For this wine, I'm going to be using a rhubarb wine yeast by Cross My Loof. Their rhubarb wine really helps with the colour and the overall fruitiness of the wine. I really recommend using Cross My Loof wine yeast. I will link them down below in the description and up in the card above me. So sprinkle in your wine yeast. Of course, you can use any wine yeast you fancy. A general purpose wine yeast would work perfectly well. So sprinkle in your wine yeast into your bucket on top of those berries, top of the tea bag and top of the sugar. And what we need to do now is put on the lid, set it aside in a warm place for 5 days. I will see you over there for a taste test of the batch I made last year, and I will also divulge a few more tips and tricks and secrets about how to make this wine extra brilliant. So I'll see you for a taste test after this. You made it then. Shall we do that taste test I promised you of last year's batch of berry wine? And I'll also give you a few tips and tricks on how to really improve this berry wine. So let's pour a glass and I'll talk you through how it is, what it is. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited to try. I am so excited to try. So let's pour ourselves a glass of this wonderful berry wine. Now, the first thing that comes to mind when I see this wine is just how bright it is. Now this is not a really dark red wine. It's more of a cherry colour. I don't know if you can see that in the light. But it's crystal clear with a shimmer and a sheen and a glisten to it. It is, wow, that would really impress anyone. It's almost cherryade colour, to be honest. And when you inhale, you get all the berries coming through, from strawberries to raspberries to blackcurrants to red currants to the whole range of berries. It's delightful. It wafts down your nose as if you were running through a Pick your own fruit merchants and you're trampling all the berries and just wafting up under your feet, along with that slight hayness to it. I could sniff this all day. Right, taste test time, the most important element. It has a slight tartness to it, and that comes through, and then this strawberry and berry explosion hits your tongue after that initial tartness. What I think this is awesome. I love this wine in summer for picnics and garden parties, along with cucumber sandwiches, just to take away that slight tartness. It does need food to go with it. It's that tartness which carries through. And as I said, a cucumber sandwich or a barbecue, this would pair really well with either a bland food item like a cucumber sandwich, where there isn't particularly much to it, just enough to blend with the wine, or something like pork or duck, really fatty foods. This would complement really well. And now here's the tip about how to improve this wine for you. If you step feed and back sweeten with honey, this wine improves tenfold. The slight honey notes come through on the nose, and wow, that is one of the tips I would recommend. So if you are going to step feed or back sweeten this wine, use honey. Get that honey in and the fermentables right the way up there to max out your yeast, and then wow, you're going to be rolling through the hayfields as if you do not have a care in the world under all those pretty white clouds. Definitely a wine to make ready for summer. Use those frozen berries from the supermarket. Make 5 litres, make 10 litres, make 5 gallons worth. Make as much as you can, because all of your neighbours, all of your guests, all of your neighbourhood will be wanting a bottle of this. You will be the epicenter of all your neighbours. Once you open up a few bottles of this, everyone will come swarming like wasps around a strawberry. I reckon 5 days have passed already since I poured this glass of wine. So let's dive back into the kitchen and continue with the recipe. Come on then, bring your glass with you, let's go. So I'm suitably refreshed after the wonderful taste test of this gorgeous berry wine that we're making. This has been sat in the fermentation bucket for 5 days, fermenting, being fervid, being lively, frothy, foamy, brilliant stuff. What we need to do now is scoop out those wonderful berries and the tea bag and put it into a bowl ready for the compost heap. I find using a sieve is one of the easiest ways of extracting the berries, so scoop out all of the berries, bits and bobs that are in your fermentation bucket. The aroma coming out of the bucket is summer pudding, it's summertime, it's fizzy, it's Wimbledon, it's all these wonderful things that, it's going to be brilliant in the depths of winter to remind you of bygone summers and warm, long evenings. So what we need to do now is simply pouring your liquid, your berry juice and sugar into a clean, sanitised, sterilised demijohn. This wine really benefits and appreciates being in a darker coloured demijohn if you happen to have one. The sunlight can skunk and bleach the colour out of the berry juice. But if it's in a darker demijohn, the light can't penetrate through, protecting this beautiful colour of the wine. So the next stage is simply grab yourself a funnel and pour your wonderful liquid into your demijohn. Fantastic. All we need to do now to finish off this wonderful wine is insert a clean airlock and then set it aside in a warm place to carry on fermenting. Once it's finished fermenting, rack it off, top it up and set aside in a cool place. This wine will be brilliant over summer or over winter. It's an easy drinking yet foreboding wine that you'll appreciate all year around. And boy, you will really appreciate it as you will this video up by here. So I'll see you all really soon. You have fun now.